Okay, this is part 5. I promise you this is the end. This is the end of this experiment. Now what happened was on Wednesday, I decided I wanted to learn 2 guitar solos from this album, Billion Dollar Babies. And they're played by Dick Wagner, sadly no longer with us, and Steve Hunter, who were an absolutely unbelievable guitar pairing. I've reiterated this many times. If you go and buy Lou Reed's Rock and Roll Animal, or the Alice Cooper Show, which is that one, you will be in no doubt of how good these guys are as guitar players. So what I thought it'd be interesting to do was just do a progress report. And, you know, I mean, it's easy to say I wouldn't want to go back and look at the first video, how badly I played the initial solo. I think I did something like... You know, I was miles away from it, right? And then I didn't know the second part. You know, I didn't know any of that, right? But I thought it'd be interesting to show anyone who is interested, if there's anyone on the planet, how you do this, how you go about learning to play a guitar solo till you can play it note for note. Now, my history is in tribute bands. I've been in 6, count them, maybe 7. 6, I wouldn't be in 7 unless you're somebody wanting Mick Taylor and the Stones. I'd be there. I've been in 6 tribute bands. And, you know, the code of the road is you have to play the solos note for note. And when I see the really good tribute bands, play a festival with a Kiss one, they were really good. Whitesnake UK, Talk of the Devil, you know, these bands, they are really good. I think we saw, we weren't playing that night, we saw Non Jovi in Glasgow. They were great, and Bon Jovi Forever, who were like our pals on the road, and they are fabulous. And now the Classic UK Rock Show, and they're great at that as well. These bands played the parts really, really well, really accurately. So that's kind of my history, is being in that kind of band. But I've been in bands doing covers, and I've been in bands doing originals, and I've been in bands doing covers where to a degree you can play your own stuff. I tend not to. I tend to try and play something and hope that maybe a third of the set will be something where I can just let loose and play my own stuff, because, you know, that is important. But to me, both things are important, but that's purely a subjective opinion. So I thought it'd be interesting to go, well, here's me learning. I'll show you my first attempt, as bad as it is, because generally speaking, you don't see the first attempt. You know, when you see somebody on YouTube playing something, they've maybe run through it, you know, 70 times, and they've got it absolutely rooted to it, but you don't see 1 to 69. So I thought, you know, in the spirit of honesty, I'll just show you every step of the way. Now, a few interesting things happened. One was I discovered just how much I love that song. And when I put the CD on, I would just kind of let it play. And I found there was, you know, a whole bunch of other songs on the album that I loved almost as much. But I think Billion Dollar Babies is my favourite. So I then started looking for live versions. And I found this. It's a live version from 1978. The guitar players on it are a guy called Jefferson Cooley and Davy Johnson from Elton John, which means that Alice in his career had Danny Johnson and Davy Johnson, right, in his band at different times. So they do a pretty kick-ass version of the song. And I then thought, well let's try the live. I'm holding that right up. This is like the reissued Billion Dollar Babies, where, you know, it's 2 discs and stuff on the dollar bill. And there are live versions on it. Now, I'm not 100% sure who plays on them, but, you know, there is a solo that's very close to that, you know, so, right. Now, this is undoubtedly Dick Wagner and Steve Hunter, and they do them back to back. But all the time, when these albums came out, you know, my friends and I, we'd try and figure out who played what. And on Welcome to My Nightmare, which is, I think, sitting down there, on the vinyl, it did delineate who played what. So you could go, well, if that's the way he plays, that must be him playing on that one, and that must be him playing on that one. So, you know, it was on the sleeve, it said that, you know, that you know, Dick Wagner played that one. So it gave you an indication. And Steve Hunter played the squealing harmonics on Cold Ethel. So I think we kind of assumed, well, that means that, you know, when you hear squealing harmonics, like, that's Steve, right? Of course, when Dick Wagner's solo album came out and Steve Hunter Swept Away and Dick Wagner, it was originally called Richard Wagner, and it wasn't available on CD for a long time. It is now. I managed to track one down, and the title is Dick Wagner's got different, you know, same. It's got an outline of a BC Rich Eagle that he plays. Great album. They both are. You know, Swept Away, Dick Wagner are both fantastic albums. On Don't Stop the Music, Dick Wagner plays a solo just laden with squeals. So then I think we all sat and went, oh, hang on a minute, maybe he's the squealy guy, and then it becomes very complicated. But there's a really, really good way to figure out who plays what, and I got it wrong, right? Here's how I got it wrong. As I say, that one is pretty close to the original. And then I dragged out this. This is from 1975, it's June 1975, so it is the Billion Dollar Babies band with Dick and Steve. And I put in headphones last night, and I know that Dick plays that solo, and lo and behold, it's coming out here. So I thought, well, let's listen to the whole thing, and that channel will be Dick, and that channel will be Steve. So guess what I found? Smarty Boots. I was wrong. The first solo is played by Steve Hunter. The second one in Billion Dollar Babies is played by Dick Wagner. You can do the same, just to go off topic for a second, you do the same in Rock and Roll Animal. Find a bit that you know is Steve, you know, Interest Sweet Jane, and you know Steve's coming out that channel, Dick's coming out that. You can do that with quite a number of albums, I guess. You can do it with Wishbone Ash Live Dates 2, which is the most hard-panned left and right album I've ever come across. But when I did that, I suddenly found that I'd been saying, right, onto the Dick Wagner solo now, and I'd got it wrong, you know. I got the notes in the solo right, I hope, but who played them I got wrong. So it now transpires that Steve plays. Sorry? That's Steve. That's Dick. So I got that wrong, so I must apologise for that. But, you know, now, I started it on Wednesday morning. I took Thursday off because I was rehearsing my 10 Years Gone. Started again yesterday. This is Saturday. A few hours time we've got the Champions League final. So I do feel that I'm like, you know, if you can quantify it, I'm like, you know, 82.5 kilometres closer to being able to play Billion Dollar Babies than I was on Wednesday morning. And obviously that applies to everyone. But more importantly, I think my hope anyway was that this would be quite honest, because, you know, if you start to play something, please don't ever be disheartened. You know, if you get it wrong, you know, you hear millions of guys go, you know, and then you think, well, is it that? Let's get the rhythm better. And then you realise it's chromatic. And you get better, and then you get, you know, if you're a big Steely Dan fan, you get a lot closer than that. But it's all in increments, it's all about progress. So when you play that and you say to your friends, hey, what's this? And they go, I'm sorry man, I have no idea. Don't be put off, just keep at it. And you will get, you know, to that stage where, as I say, with this song, with Billion Dollar Babies, I would say I'm now at the stage where I know all the notes, I'm pretty sure I know where the schools are, but I haven't got nearly enough juice in it, so I will keep at it. But you know, that's for another time. It's been unbelievably enjoyable for me to do this, and you know, without sounding like I'm being magnanimous, and to share it with everybody. And I'd be really interested to hear everyone's who plays guitar, or if you don't play guitar, if you ever fancied playing guitar, if you just love the guitar, everyone's comments on this. And I'm sure somewhere along the line, you know, someone will say, well, I want to play my own stuff. You know, we play, you know, whatever, I'm 18. And I want to play my own solo in it. That's fine, you know, go right ahead. Everyone's opinion is as valid as everyone else's. So that's really why I did it. And a little side point, you may notice, sharp-eyed viewers, I love saying sharp-eyed viewers, may notice I'm playing a different guitar, and that is because the other SG, the SG Standard, is in need of some TLC because the pickups are starting to squeal. So this is an SG Junior that I'm using today. So I thought, let's get some continuity in all the videos. I'll have my buddy sitting beside me, the cups of tea, and I'll play a red guitar, that is an SG. So there we go. 5 parts of my attempt to play the guitar solos in $1 Billion Babies. Now if you ask me now, just to finish, what's your favourite bit? I don't know. Or I love that bit of the squeal. That's better. I think it's I love that bit. That bit. So there we go. Thanks for watching. That was me climbing the Matterhorn of $1 Billion Babies.